want to volunteer for recap for player inspiration, or do you guys need a DM recap since there was a bit of a lull in between?
Does everything suck count as a valid recap?
I'd say it's a good
I
start.
can go along. You want me to?
Give us that
Yeah.
sweet and stuff.
Okay.
I'm full on inspiration, so there's no
Okay.
benefit in me
Okay.
doing
Let me bless you all then. We started out with Awen and Rick engages. And these were the ones that fell from the sky. And Contagious was able to lift Rick's, and like he was able to skitter out. And then come help Awen out with the help of herself. Bodhi was on top of the cages at some point. And there was more stone doors. We went into one little room, and there was a rock in the middle. Was this the room with the statue?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That got magic missiled? Okay.
Yeah, the petrified
Into my
dwarf.
mouth.
If he had a nickel.
Sorry, I scorched his head off.
And was this also
God
the
damn
same room? Was Sepsis behind? Not Sepsis! Oh no! It's not a joke anymore!
So Septus was in the first room. The second room you guys went into was
first
the
room,
one
so I
with,
skipped
with
a
the
room.
dwarf. Yeah.
Okay. So Sepsis was there, and his eyes were red, and he was like naked and like face down on the ground, and Awen was gonna like poke it with a stick, and then I think it was Bodhi that just like kicked him. And dude's is on like the verge of death, and
Yeah.
Awen heals him a tiny bit, and also gives him a knife and is like, "Good luck." And we're all like, "Oh no, Sepsis! Ah, he's not gonna make it."
What?
He's like, "No, keep going." He's like, "I don't know where they went." And then we're like, "Who?" And a few people from the town were talking about believers. There was Maliko spotted. I think they have Jen. You have to go. So we're like, okay. We'll come back for you. Let's see. And then we went to the next room where there was the dwarf statue that at this point Rick was having a little PTSD moment and magic missiled Pew Pew. Was that before Contagious could get a good read on it?
He had gotten a read, and as he turned to relay the information, Rick was like, "Who's in your mouth?"
Right.
Yup.
Oh right, and it was life-sized and like really realistic, and then when it got exploded, it was like dusty, and like above table it was a petrified dwarf. Womp womp.
Yep, that's what I found out right before it went in my mouth.
Yeah, tasty.
Yum.
So there were different pathways, but eventually we end up going down the middle one, I believe. And there's an old man sitting there on the stool, and we're like, "Hey, can you leave?" And he's like, "No, they're gonna kill me if I let you." And they go back and forth before Rick casts puppet something and makes him leave, but he's just like kind of sobbing the whole way, like, "They're gonna kill my family," and we're like, "Oh, that's
Sorry
rough."
about it.
But he's like, "Hey, find these people at the edge of the woods. They can help you, but like, also we're gonna force you to leave."
Also coward.
Dancing lights marbles. I don't know what that means. Oh,
Somebody cast dancing light.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
someone got a bag of marbles from under his
Mhm.
seat that lights up places.
Mhm.
I don't
I'm glad
remember
you guys-
exactly how. I just remember there was
Yeah.
some sort of light up marbles.
dude.
Yeah, I think there's like 16 or something like that, and as each one you drop, it casts dancing lights, like one dancing light per marble, and then I believe it regains 1d4 expended marbles at each dawn. So since you guys didn't
Guys,
get
I
the
think-
drift globe, figured I'd give you
I
something.
think they're gumballs, actually.
You can find out.
So eventually we opened the door to this huge chamber, and there was like muffled sobs and stuff. It's Jen. They got Jen. There's a bunch of slabs against the wall with like human remains. Floating rocks? Question mark. I don't remember that, but I have that written.
The rocks are like some of the stones are placed in a way that's like an optical illusion that makes them look like they're floating.
I'm glad
I
you
think that
guys
was the
remember
description.
that. And so pretty much from there is where we started combat, and we know how that went.
Everything went great.
It
We're
went
doing
so
great.
good.
Hey, the big Buffy dude's dead, right? Like that's a good start.
Yeah, he was kind of squishy, but he hit like a motherfucker, dude.
He bled out from his elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have written down lightning sword from Contagious before I have Awen down frowny face. Remind me, did Awen see?
Oh yeah,
Did
yeah.
Awen finally see Contagious cast?
Contagious immediately went in. I cast Thunderwave after you went down, but I cast Lightning Lure while you were looking, so you saw like lightning grab someone and pull them towards my shield.
Yeah.
Cool beans. I couldn't remember if I.
Yeah, that happened, and then you were
And then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'd just be like, "What are you talking about? You must have been, you got hit in the head. You're fine."
Yeah,
Wow,
he did
you
great.
really took a hit to the head. She's like, no, I got shot by an arrow. Man.
No, yeah, Contagious kind of went in.
Yeah, that makes
full
sense.
Lightning because if I remember right, I was the only one who had a view of how many people were in that room when I
Yeah,
charged
And
forward
so
and immediately got
remember-
spooked.
Jen, they slit her throat.
I think she's already past saving throws, so she's either stabilized or dead at this point.
We don't know if it's Jen or not. We can't. We can't.
We don't know if it's Jen, but we have a very high prediction that it's Jen.
I think the players know it was Jin. I don't think the characters know it was Jin.
Yeah, but it was Septhis that was like, I think they have Jen.
Mm-hmm.
But
Actually,
and then we open up.
yeah, he did.
Awen was, we realized my fatal error, and also
Bodhi and Rick did
Bodhi's
cool
also
explosive
down.
stuff. They made
Oh, yeah,
gunpowder
Bodhi
bags
did
go
do
boom
that.
boom.
Gunpowder, shooting it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is, if I remember right, it was Maliko took 2
Mhm.
gunpowder hits, right? So she
Yep.
should. Okay, cool. That's. I was trying to remember what damage had been where,
Yeah.
and if I remember right, I don't believe Lark, whatever the fuck wizard boy in the back is, or either of the 2 bandits at the bottom have taken any damage.
So
Maliko,
is
did.
hurting. Yeah, Maliko's hurting.
I
Larak has
hit
taken
these 2.
some, and the bandits have taken some.
Okay,
2 of the 3 have.
there's 4. Right?
1, 2. Okay, yeah. So 2 of the 4.
Yeah,
So
because
4.
I hit 2 of the 4 with Thunderclap,
Yeah.
dealing like 4 damage to him or something.
So 4 and 33, the ones above Contagious, have been hit. Correct.
They've
Yes.
each taken 4 damage.
Correct.
Okay, and 20 and 29.
They're in the clear. They have not
Very
taken
good.
damage.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
What is this circle on the ground? Was that me?
That was
wanting to know?
initially, yeah. That was the first one that you threw, I think, because you had taken out, or Bodhi had taken out. Somebody threw something in that area initially and had killed somebody there. The X's on the maps. Let me get rid of the circle. Actually, the
Yeah.
X's on the maps are where the lanterns were. And then the fireballs over here are where there's still fire set from Rick's double dosing of
Gotcha.
improvised explosives.
Yeah.
Yes. Solid recap. I don't think anything was missed. Awen had a bardic inspiration and then went down. Womp womp. Okay, so let me change the music and then we will start off with our session. Top of round. Is this really only round 3? Damn.
Yeah.
Ah, Alright.
There were so many people that it felt like.
Yeah, it felt like there was a lot more rounds than that.
A lot
Bodhi.
happened in 2 rounds.
Yeah, a lot. Bodhi, and reminder for death saves, you guys are going to drag and drop a d20 on the tower at the bottom right of your screen. Bodhi, as you have gone down, please give me your first death saving throw. Bodhi, as you take this potentially
You have to
fatal
actually
blow.
see it
What was
You
that?
can't see it either.
When you drop on the tower, it becomes a DM thing, right?
What?
You
When I
don't get to
drop-
see it, Bodhi.
Oh yeah,
Only-
no,
only-
it's hidden.
only have
Yeah. So the death save.
I was looking over at CJ trying to read their poker face, and they're like, "Why are you looking at me? I don't know what it is."
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they are hidden so that only I see them. And what that does is it allows me to do stuff like this.
Yeah, no,
Bodhi,
it's cool.
as you have taken this potentially fatal hit and you begin to feel the weight of your body fall to the ground, time around you slows down. The clanging of metal on metal and slashing into flesh kind of begins to whir around you as you feel yourself in slow motion hit the ground and kind of bounce up momentarily. The world goes black. There's a rhythmic clang of a hammer on steel that echoes in your mind, reverberating through your bones. There's a comforting heat of the forge that surrounds you. You find yourself back there, younger. Your father's voice carries over the noise of the hammering, teaching you the art of crafting weapons. A blade isn't just steel. It's purpose. It's resolve. Remember that, Bodhi. You watch as your father's hands guide your own, and you can feel that sense of pride beaming from your father. The smell of hot iron and burning coal begins to fill your senses. You find yourself back at home before you're once more enveloped in blackness, fading into a momentary unconsciousness. That brings us to Awen with Rick on deck.
All right, my turn.
Awen, as the metallic taste of blood fills your mouth, as the adrenaline has worn off and you realize that you are not as healthy and as capable in this moment as you thought you were, collapsing to the ground. Warmth takes over as blood begins to flow out around your body. The scent of iron momentarily replaced by the crisp scent of early spring. You find yourself laughing with Astrian and Elise in the crocus field near your cottage. Looking up through the canopy of trees above you, the sun warms your cheeks and the purple blooms sway gently in the breeze in the trees above you. You hear your mother's voice calling for you all. It's time to come home. I have your meal ready. Your siblings giggle and quickly make a race back towards the cottage. You hear the word home resonate in your minds. And as you begin to chase after them, you feel a pulsation on your chest. A familiar, yet somehow still unknown voice fills your head. It is not time to return to them, my child. All of you, except for Bodhi, hear a loud gasp and gulp for air as Awen's body shoots up. With a natural 20, you find yourself back in the waking world with 1 point of health.
But what did I tell you guys? Confident.
I love it. I saw that. I was like, there's no fucking way. Very, very cool. That brings us...
That was cool.
So she rolled a nat 20.
Yeah,
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 That's sick.
yeah.
that's helpful.
Yes. Okay, so she is back up with 1 point of health. That brings us to Rick with Contagious and all the baddies on deck. Awen, you are prone, so it will take half of your movement to stand up, but you are no longer on the brink of death.
Am I able to do that, or do I have to wait till next turn?
You have to wait till your next turn.
That's what I thought.
Okay. So, Rick will kind of see Awen kind of get her breath back, maybe, and he'll move kind of around here ish, and he'll pump a level 2 healing word.
You don't have to do that if you want to save your spells, because I have 2 more spell slots left.
Yeah, but we got to get through all of their turns.
Okay. I just didn't know where you were on spell
If
slots
they-
and wanted to put it out there.
I'm healing you.
Okay. I guess I can't do anything about that.
Most people just say thank you. Oh, and while we're on the subject of healing, I don't think we've discussed it here. There was a homebrew rule that I came across that I really, really liked for potions of healing. At my tables, it is a bonus action to take a potion of healing, and then you would roll and everything like that.
was
It's an
gonna ask
action
that, yeah.
to administer it to somebody else. What this rule does is if you, rather than taking a bonus action to take a swig and then going into your action, if you take your full action to drink this potion, it would give you the benefits of the full potion. You don't have to roll anything. It's just max healing,
Cool.
which is I thought was really cool. So if you guys want to start implementing that, we can.
Yeah, I love that.
I do too,
Yeah.
and it makes
Awesome.
sense because if you're doing a bonus action, it's real quick. You're
Yep.
spilling, you're sloshing. But if you're taking
Yep.
your whole action and you're just sucking that shit down, I shouldn't have done that hand motion with it. But you're just sucking it down, then you get the full thing, you know. So we'll start doing that.
I've seen that recently. Did I
Okay.
send that to you?
So that
I-
was my
it might have
that was
been
my
you.
bonus action, and then as my action, I'm going to target Bandit 20 and Vicious Mockery him or her.
No, I think we just saw the same video.
Okay.
What do you say as you cast Vicious Mockery?
You are so ugly, even your mirror image broke.
Very solid. With a natural 1, they fail
Ooh,
terribly.
okay. The damage.
Yes. You know what? It all.
Whatever, they have
counts.
disadvantage.
Yes.
Yeah, that's honestly the main.
Yeah,
roll.
I could care less about the damage right now. And with that, I'll kind of whisper to Awen, "Stay alive, move." And that's it. I'm done.
Okay. That brings us to Contagious, who doesn't cast at all, Awen, in case you were wondering, as you have come back to the land of the living.
Oh yeah, nothing.
Oh. You'd think with this much time being the last one, I know what I want to do, and I still don't know what I want to do.
Okay, there's a lot of options.
I have a lot of options.
You could hit someone, or you could hit someone.
Well, I mean, no matter what, I'm hitting someone. It's where I want to be and who I want to hit. You know, lots of combinations.
Oh yeah, definitely no spells in there.
I just don't know.
Straight brute, baby.
All right, yeah, I'm going to. I can't take 2 opportunity attacks. I cannot move to Maliko. So I am just going to swing at bandit number 33.
All right.
And I am going to make that a booming blade.
Ooh. Okay.
So. Cheers. Make sure I'm not lying to you guys. That is how that works, right?
Yeah, it's the.
One action. Yes. Okay. Cool. It doesn't take my
Yeah.
bonus action. That's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
It's just my action to do the attack. That'll
That
hit.
is absolutely a hit.
I'll do 13 damage.
How would you like to do this?
This one. These are the guys I just. So as they're kind of reeling from the thunder wave I just hit them with, I kind of just want to stab this one in the chest and move on. Nothing fancy. Just trying to finish them off while they're disoriented.
Beautiful. Speaking of Booming Blade, in case you guys want to utilize this later between you and Rick, with Dissonant Whispers and Booming Blade, I mean, there's a lot of debate about like force movement versus voluntary movement, and what provokes like opportunity attacks and everything. I have a character at my table who's playing a bard and has built his whole character around Booming Blade and Dissonant Whispers. And the way I rule it at my table is when it's something that is psychic, that compels them to run, it is, in my eyes, still of their own volition, because they have been feared, or in their mind they're in so much danger that they have to leave. They are not physically being forced to move. So if that were to be cast and you had your Booming Blade on as well, that would allow that extra damage from Booming Blade.
Awesome. And then I will take my bonus action to heal Second Wind to heal up a little bit. So that'll. Bloop.
That's going to bring us to Bandit 29, who is the only ranged person left, or ranged bandit left. And Rick, you are now in his line of sight. As you are speaking to Awen and telling her to stay alive and to get up and out of the way. With an 11, you hear the whoosh of the bolt whiz past your ear and plunge into the earth just between you and Awen. That's going to bring us to Noriko, who is going to... Rick, go ahead and roll a d4 for me, please, because she's still on fire. I believe there's another round after this. 2 points of fire damage, thank you. So she comes screaming towards you. She is going to
Bring it.
target you with a natural 20. As you have just dispatched of this bandit, you feel the heavy impact. And we're doing the crit, the homebrew crit damage rolls here, where one dies automatically. Okay, so unfortunately you are taking max damage. The good news is that it's only 8 points of damage, but you feel the weight of this club as it slams into the back of your head. the world around you kind of goes fuzzy for a moment as your ears start ringing and you lose vision for a moment as you begin to quickly, rapidly blink your eyes to clear your vision once more. You feel very, very tender as there is now an open wound on the back of your head. She is speaking. Let me see what languages you guys speak. I don't think any of you know this language. Come on.
Oh, also, that reminds me, one of my languages disappeared. I don't know how to add it.
Just go to like the last one on your list and hit the enter button, and then you can type it in manually.
Oh, oops.
I still haven't. I guess I should choose what the other language is. I think I have at least one other choice language that I haven't.
Can you reshare the map one more time, please? Sorry.
Absolutely. Okay. It is a language that is unfamiliar to all of you. Very, very heavy. Sounds kind of sloppy and wet. I don't like that that's how I'm describing it, but that's where we're at with things.
Video?
What was that?
Video?
CJ said, "Hey, yo."
I thought you asked if they were yelling, and I was like, don't make me do this. Let me turn my
Oh my
music
God.
down on my end.
Are they whispering sloppy nothings into my ear? I don't know if I
Sloppy
like
nothings, yes.
Not the sloppy nothings.
Give me a Constitution saving throw to see if Frank comes to mind.
that. Oh, no.
That's crazy.
Okay.
How?
You were Frank free for the time being. And that is going to bring us down to Larak. He shouts out, "Finish them, you fools!" And he is going to step forward.
Wayne?
It's literally been bubble up.
Actually, I don't think he would come that far. He would come up
You
here.
just said earlier.
Just because you described it as wet, it's not Aquan, is it?
Like,
No.
out into the
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
That's funny.
Just the way you described it, I was like, maybe.
Yeah, that would be fun though. And that may be coming up a little bit later. I think he's
Oh no, the wizard moved.
this 60 feet.
Wizard was supposed to stay where he was.
10
That
foot
wizard.
radius.
Back, get back, I said.
Back.
He would do it,
I missed.
I think, here, trying to keep most of his people out if he could. And you know what? He sees that this guy's going down anyway. That's collateral damage. Unfortunately, Bodhi, this would be an automatic fail for you on the saving throw. As he claps his hands and pushes them out, there's a visible, like, sonic radar reverberation that shoots forward. I need a Constitution saving throw from you, please, Contagious.
I'm sweating over here.
Beautiful. As he casts Shatter and you,
Oh, you bitch.
watch this movement. What was that, Rick?
Nothing.
I think Bodhi has resistance on this because they're already losing his hearing.
Let me
I'm
double
deaf,
check
I don't
and
hear
see
nothing.
what kind of... What I would do is because he's prone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And
I'm just
it's thunder damage, so I would allow it to be like half of the damage that he would normally take. But unfortunately, because he is unconscious, any damage counts. I believe. Let me double check now that I'm thinking about it. I believe it
No,
counts as
yeah.
an automatic fail on a death save. Let me double check.
That's how I know it.
Yeah, it's an
was.
automatic fail, and if it's a
Okay.
melee attack, it's an automatic crit, which is 2
Crit.
fails.
2 fails. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be. You're going to take half of this damage, and then Bodhi would take a quarter of it.
Yeah, I sure hope Bodhi
So
succeeded on the first one.
here's
So
to
do I.
hoping. So Contagious, you take
Fingers
8
crossed.
points of thunder damage. As you shrug most of it off, but compounded with the fresh head wound that you have just taken, your head begins to ring and throb, and you are not blinded mechanically, but you lose your vision again for a split second as the pain is so strong. That brings us to Bandit 20. He is targeting Rick.
Disadvantage too.
Yes, thank you for that reminder. Let me click that. Very good thing for the disadvantage. As you've turned to look at the source of the crossbow bolt that was just launched towards you, you are able to maneuver out of the way, and a 9 misses. Bandit 4, seeing that Contagious is...
Did Bandit 4 take damage from that shatter?
Oh, you know what? He had to make a Constitution saving throw. Thank you for that reminder. Thank you. Sorry, there's so much going on, and I'm just
No,
like...
you're good. You're good.
So
It's
I
all
appreciate
good.
that. He fails, so he would take the full 16. He is dead.
Oh, thank God.
Yay!
Little victories, guys.
Yes. Bodhi, I need another death saving throw from you, please.
Are we back at the top? Wow.
Yes, back at the top of the order.
I'm alright.
Mm-hmm.
I took 16 damage that round.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Not a lot at all.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Thank God I healed. I'd be down if I didn't heal.
Stop that right now.
Nolly, it would be the funniest thing if you sent me that you died thing from Dark Souls.
I'm not familiar with that. And sorry, I've worked the last like 4 days planning for today, and I've written up like different flashbacks and things. And right now, I'm just kind of ciphering through which one. Actually, here's what we're gonna do.
I would cry. It's not funny.
Nothing bad happens to the Kennedys.
Bodhi, as the world around you is fading in and out of blackness, you are getting brief glimpses of the combat taking place around you, cycling between the reality of this present moment and different memories of the years leading you to this moment. As you fade back into unconsciousness, the air is thick with smoke and fear. You find yourself back at the forge, flames engulfing it as you stumble outside, coughing. The town is alive with chaos, gangs fighting, families crying, parents calling out for lost children, and shadowy figures disappearing into the night. You should have kept your mouth shut, Blackwood, a voice sneers, before you are struck down. You remember the taste of blood, the dull thud of fists, the sharp pain of kicks, the searing pain of betrayal. Your last thoughts in this moment: I wasn't strong enough to save them. You blink your eyes open warily to see Contagious being hit in the back of the head. You hear the audible gasp of air from your friend Awen, the rushed plea from Rick to stay alive as you fade back into blackness. You hear a gentle voice pulling you back from the brink of death. 3 kind faces loom over you, and you find yourself laying on a makeshift bed in the caravan. You're lucky we found you, she says as she brushes the hair back from in front of your eyes, their soft touch soothing your wounds. The world sounds muffled, and the ringing in your ears is a cruel reminder of your failure. As the troop nurse you back to health, you remember the vow you made to never let your weakness define you. Struggling to keep your eyes open from the pain, but succumbing to sleep, feeling safe and secure with your newfound family. You open your eyes once more, years later. You find yourself standing alone in the wilderness, the stars, a beautiful tapestry above you. You clutch your boomstick that you'd forged yourself, the metal gleaming in the moonlight. They took everything, you murmur. Your voice is raw, but vigilant. But they won't take who I am. The night is silent, save for the hum of the wind. The world begins to grow quieter as you lie on the cold ground, your blood pooling around you, your body once again battered and broken. The once almost deafening chaos of the battle fades to a distant hum. The tinnitus fades into a dull whisper. A final cruel reminder of all that you've endured. Your breaths are shallow, each one a struggle, and the burn in your chest is a relentless weight, pushing you closer to oblivion. Fighting it, you try to sit up, your fingers trying to clutch at the ground next to you, but only twitching against the dirt, looking for something to hold on to, anything to grab and pull yourself up, but your strength is dwindling. In this moment, are there any specific flashbacks or memories that you yourself would like to share with the group?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm making a bit over here with my zone and gummies.
You're good.
I think Bodhi would think back to working with the matriarchs of the troop, of the caravan, and playing with the kids and learning to like trust the kids and trust himself around them.
Focusing on that memory of running and playing with the children. Taking a moment to bask in this joy. Almost torn between worlds. The sun grows brighter and warmer in this memory as the children rush towards you, embracing you in a hug and slipping their little fingers through yours as they begin to pull you further into the light. A final exhale escapes your lips, shallow and rattling, as your body surrenders. Your intense, piercing eyes, once filled with defiance and purpose, soften and stare blankly at the ceiling above. The sun, grown into a singular bright light, begins to blur into streaks. And in your final moments, peace washes over you. Bodhi Blackwood, the man who defied injustice with every ounce of his being, takes his last breath, leaving behind the quiet promise that his struggle, pain, and fight will not be forgotten.
Would it be too late for you to call a deal with the devil? If you wanted to?
That is something that, because this is the first time we have encountered this, I would allow in this moment. Moving forward, especially in death saving throws, it's something that you would need to declare prior to making a throw. But if that was something that they wanted to do in this moment, I would allow it.
You?
Let's see what fate decides.
What was that?
Are you flipping a coin or some shit?
The coin.
God damn it.
No.
No!
I am posting the screenshots of the death saves right now. Unfortunately, the two that you rolled were both failures. And then with the damage from the shatter, that was the third.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Silent observer I become.
What was that?
Silent observer I become.
Yoda.
What we will do, if you are interested, is afterwards. We can look at another character and bring it in.
Jody Jackwood.
Long
Father.
lost brother. I am going to remove your token from the combat tracker, but you should still be able to see the map. Can you still see the map?
DJ, can you still see the map?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That brings us to Awen with Rick on deck.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Okay. What does this look like? As go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're wanting to get a critical success on your roll to hear back from this entity, this being. Let me see. Go ahead and just give me a quick medicine check. And let me see. Okay. It is quite clear to you that Bodhi is not breathing. And it's hard to tell with everything going on. Let me see what you have, because I don't think you have access to like divine intervention or anything like that just yet. So I don't think that there's anything, and I'm just double checking all of your domain features real quick. Uh, above the table. Not really sure how to answer that. I think the best way to answer that is that she is a follower and a devotee to one being, but it's complicated. Being. Yeah. It's something that that Beak has allowed me to have some agency on, and we've set it up in a way that there is something that she is getting her power from, but what's really fun is how well that ties into the campaign that we are running. And so there's a lot of things that I've kind of been sliding in and throwing at her as she's done different checks and everything like that. So it's yet to be determined. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that there's anything on here that you would be able to roll for that would save Bodhi in this moment. Um, give me a history or religion check, please. Oh yeah, you had just swapped it out, huh? Either history or religion. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. You want to insta that at all? You're okay. Okay. Yeah, no. The deal of the devil would have given them a nat 20, which would have brought them back up with 1 point of health. Um, but what I'll say is if you do want to use inspiration on your death saving throws, you have to call it and use it without knowing if the first one succeeded or not. So if you wanna say, you know what, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit and roll with advantage on this death save, then you would just drop two d20s on the tower, one after the other, and do it that way. I would allow that, but I kind of like the. I mean, like I said, as long as you guys are okay with doing it that way. I wasn't really expecting to do it tonight, but I like being able to like narrate and do the flashbacks and kind of build up and kind of. I don't want to say fuck with you guys, but fuck with you. You know, as um, okay. Yes. Okay, so with the 17, as you are scouring every crevice of your brain, trying to think of anything, a couple things happen. Having reached up for your vial, making your way over to Bodhi's body, um, the vial is hot to the touch. And as you take your place next to Bodhi and are thinking of anything that you can to try and be of aid to him. Yes. The nat 20. Yeah, you can. You gonna do that? Okay. Okay, let me put that in here. And today is the 28th. I can't believe this year's almost over. Okay. So with a natural 20 for a 25, very solid, very tasty. Very demure. I fucking forgot about that video. I love that. As you take your place next to Bodhi, that searing hot cools off, and there is a soothing warmth that takes its place, almost a sense of calm. You would see without even having to look at it as the light begins to poke up through your clothes and your armament. It is a pure white light, bright, not blinding, but very, very pure and bright. Yes, I shouldn't. It should be like that. And you know that there are healers who not only can cure ailments and heal wounds, but can also save those who have passed. You yourself are not at that point, and you don't know if there is anybody in town or close by that would be capable of doing that. But you do know that there is an All Faiths shrine not far from where you are, and that would be your best bet to find a healer who was capable of bringing Bodhi back. But there is amidst the heartbreak and ineffable pain that you feel right now, there's a bit of a muddled sense of calm and peace that is radiating from your vial. Did you heal yourself? Yeah. Okay. That will bring us to Rick with Contagious on deck, and then the baddies. Baddie. Oh, I saw that you had, but I didn't get to read it. Give me just a second. So, hold me. Just that they're down. Go ahead and give me insight. Because from what you've seen, your focus was initially on Awen, and then dodging blows from these motherfuckers with a 15. I would say that you know that something is very, very wrong. It's possible that it would be in your mind that Bodhi is possibly dead, but it hasn't been stated or said. So it's one of those things that I'll leave it up to it could lean that way, but you can't like 150% be sure, you know. Yeah, I think the only one who's like definitely sure would be Awen. Because Contagious is turned back towards Larok and Malikos, right? Okay. Okay. Frank. Sorry. I'm so sorry. We can't go this long without playing because then I'm like my intrusive thoughts win.
Okay. Who did Awen heal?
Herself.
So I still have, which I don't think I marked that. No, I did not. I still have 2 first level spell slots left.
Yeah, so Awen. Okay,
Contagious
so
is
Awen only has 3 wounds.
4 points away from death.
I'm fine.
No, you're not.
I'm fine.
No, you're not.
Do you have any way of healing yourself next? Can I ask this, Heather? Is that fine?
I'll allow it.
You would already know that I've used my second wind this combat.
And you can only use that once per what?
Yep.
Short
Long
rest or
rest.
something?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I used it last turn. If I didn't, I'd be dead. Because I healed myself, I think, like 6 or 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
6. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go for it, Aowen. There's somebody else you can heal.
I was in the bathroom. What is happening?
Rick
Rick's
is-
figuring out
yeah.
what he knows. Because that is actually, like, things are happening very quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The knowledge of what happened isn't exactly there, so.
Yeah.
you
It's a tough choice.
you heard Awen like no. So, if that gives you any indication.
Yeah, and he rolled insight and rolled a 15, and I told him it's definitely bad. Like, I don't think he would know without a doubt, like, with uncertainty, you know, that Bodhi is dead, but it's definitely bad.
Can
But
you
you do
draw me
know
a
it.
circle for those fire things?
What about the circle?
I need a circle to show the radius of the below the. If I throw one of Bodhi's things, I need a radius. I need a circle.
Let me-
Is it just 3 squares, basically?
let me double
So it's
check
like a plus,
the-
3 up and down, 3 left.
So it's gonna be the 10 foot. So this one over here at the right.
Yeah, it's essentially whatever square you're in, it's every square around it that gets hit.
No, like this. Where are you wanting to throw it?
How can I grab that?
If you hover over it, there should be a little white dot, a little white square, and you can click and drag. Yep. And CJ, I'm gonna shoot you a message real quick, huh?
Okay.
Literally can't do that. There we go.
No. There. Yeah, it would have to be that square. That's the square you have to aim for if you're doing
Yeah,
that.
I want to throw multiple ones though, and I don't want any of them hitting you. So,
How many are you trying to
Yep.
throw?
You don't have to blow them up on your turn. So if something goes wrong,
would Rick know how bad Contagious is right now?
Go ahead and give me a quick medicine check. And the DC is a little bit higher because he is turned away from you. Okay, 17. So while you can't see his face, you do see that his posturing is a little more slack. He's not as upright, shoulders back, and seemingly as strong. His movement appears
Also
to be
see
a
the
little wavered
gaping
and
wound.
slowly. Yeah, and he's bleeding heavily.
My head's red.
My head's red.
Call him Big Red.
I was literally typing the same thing, Denali.
Gotta be faster than that, kid.
Ah, what did I do?
Okay. I'm gonna level 2 dissonant whispers, Maliko.
Okay. That is a failure. And how long does Booming Blade last? Is that 1 minute? No, or is it just the one turn?
It's until my next turn, I believe, but I
Okay,
hit
so
the
it's-
little guy with it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's dead. It didn't matter.
That is a failure on Maliko's part.
Okay, so if I want to upcast this, I just go like this and add. Oh, not that. Not that. How do I upcast it?
I just roll as it is and then manually roll the extra dice.
Okay, so it's a 3d6 plus another 6.
All right. Rick, how would you like to do this?
Nice.
Kill that bitch.
Yes.
I would assume Rick is kind of just pissed off internally for his poor choice of last turn, and he's just screaming. He's just screaming bloody murder at Malikos for putting him and his party in this situation in the first place. I don't know.
Okay. As you are cursing Maliko for putting you guys in this position, and not just you guys, but the workers and the people of Red Larch and Jen, her wet and sloppy yelling at Contagious becomes a bit of a gurgle as she begins to choke and screech, clutching the sides of her head, screaming as she drops to her knees, slamming her fists on the floor, doubling over, and begins to convulse. Blood begins to seep out of her eyes, ears, and nostrils as she falls to the floor, body convulsing before falling still. Maliko is
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
dead. Specifically.
And with his bonus action, he'll give Contagious a bardic inspiration.
That's a reroll, right? On an attack.
A D6.
Or is that-
He's
Oh,
a-
D6,
add
that's
to
right.
it, yeah.
Someday I will remember how bards work.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
And you can also
Someday
use
is
that
not
D6 to add to the damage roll of a spell if you wanted instead. And I believe that's a 10 minute
10 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, look
And
at me,
do I
I'm
have
here
to apply it before the roll, or can I do it after?
now. I
It
think you can do
is.
it after.
I think Bardic Inspiration is Can be
Well,
after.
you can do it. You can wait until after it rolls the die for the ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, but before the DM says whether or not it succeeds. or
Right.
fails.
So I can know my number. I just don't know if it's okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Got
Yeah,
it.
so before I say if it hits or not. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
And then he'll reposition, kind of blocking there, and that's it.
I know it's very serious, but the idea of a halfling like standing between like a normal sized human, I love it.
Wait. Did we go after Maliko? Did we go back to initiative
We were at the
or
top
back
of
to
the
the top?
round. So Maliko's
top of the
dead.
round?
Maliko was after Bandit 29. So Maliko was after Contagious and in the midst of all the NPCs.
I'm just.
Hey, when
Was
yours
that-
and my turn took a long time, so
Yeah. Did we get back to the top for the next round?
Not
or
yet,
that-
no.
Were they before
No.
it?
that's when you went in to go over to Bodhi. It was your turn.
Yeah, the
Okay.
top of the round
I'm
was
just-
Bodhi. Yeah.
Top of the
Yeah.
turn was Bodhi.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and that took a while because
People just in between me and Rick are no more.
correct.
Yeah, no, those guys died like round one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
If
when
you
we
look at
started the
combat
session
tracker,
today-
if you look at the combat tracker, it says
Yeah.
each turn, each person's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just confusing myself. Continue.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so that brings us to Contagious. Contagious. There's a lot of emotions and thoughts and stuff flowing through me right now, and
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how to process everything. I don't think I've ever actually like lost a player character outside of the TPK that somebody caused 2 years ago.
So I am gonna go straight for Wizard Boy.
Blizzard.
There's no reason not to use Booming Blade. So I'm gonna do that.
That is
I trust
a
that.
hit. I trust it. That is a hit.
I was like, I don't need to use my inspiration for that.
No.
All right, he's a little frail wizard boy. What is he gonna do? All right, yeah, we take that 12 points of damage, and assuming because he has not taken any hits before this, right? So he's definitely still up.
He's taken one
Um,
hit prior to this, but it was minimal.
Oh, okay.
It was probably Awen's stupid a spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I got. I guess for my bonus action, I'm just gonna kind of flash some lightning in my eyes as I stare at him angrily.
Okay. And then let me double check. That's only if they move. Okay. All right. So that. ends
Yeah, if he
there.
willingly moves
Okay. That.
before my next turn.
Alright, that's gonna bring us to Bandit 29, who does not have line of sight. He is going to.
Are you enjoying yourself?
I am. I'm vibing over here.
Alright.
Yeah.
Rick, high or low?
What do you mean?
He's coming around and he's got 2 targets right now. He's got you and Awen. So what I do in situations like this to keep it fair is I'll ask a player high or low. If you said high and the roll is high,
I'll take it. Hit me.
No, it works. You gotta pick one.
high or low.
Low.
Them's the rules.
Oh, okay. Well, fortunately, I guess, though unfortunately, it was high, and so he will target you. You watch as... Well, maybe not if your focus is on Contagious and what's going on over there.
Wait.
You feel a sharp pain as the bolt shot from the light crossbow of Bandit 29 pierces between your shoulder blades.
Silvery barbs.
Ooh, very good use because he rolled
Silver
max
darts.
damage. So
I
let
was
me
gonna
re-roll
say
the
that was
attack.
crazy.
No. No.
Let me negate that damage real quick. So that was 9. So that's gonna be this.
I was gonna say, I happened to be looking at his thing, and I watched that wound column change. I was like, oh,
With a 13, it does still hit, unfortunately. Who are you giving advantage to?
give it to Cat.
Contagious.
Sorry, guys. I was expecting you guys to go and get more information and other stuff before coming here.
No, it's good. We're not out of this yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's still time.
Come on, guys.
Alright.
We're so confident.
As you approach and
Love it.
swing at Larock, he begins to laugh. Oh, it's like that, is it? You watch as he wields a glaive. He does, above the table, have multi-attack. So
Guys, we're
he's
fucked.
going to target you
Uh-oh.
with his first attack. Why is it not rolling? With a natural 1. You
Hey.
dodge out of the way. And he swings again. And with an 8, swings too high. And the glaive just kind of causes a nice little little waft to your hair. And he sneers very, very angry.
I would rather take a multi-attack every day than any kind of save from a spell. That is how my
Fair.
character is built. The
Yeah.
multi-attack is what I want.
Yeah. Yeah. That brings us to Bandit 20, who I am very sorry, Rick. You are right in front of him. He is going to make an attack with his scimitar. With a 19. Minimal damage. You take 2 points of the slashing damage, having turned as the bolt penetrates you from behind. You kind of move in a way to turn back to look behind you, that it throws his momentum off a bit, and it just kind of grazes across your shoulder as you take those 2 points. That brings us to the top of the round with Awen, and then Rick and Contagious on deck.
All right. How does it? No, I can just count blocks because I'm smart. 5,
Yes.
10. Yeah, plenty of time. Maybe I'll get right there because I don't want to be. I don't want.
You're
to be
between two. You want to go down just a little bit so you're on a full block. There you go.
Okay. Get healed. Bum, bum,
Num num num
bum.
num 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 num. Was I low? What?
No, you
So-
have 21 health.
Okay.
You have 21 health.
What are you doing?
Oh my god.
7
Get healed,
points.
bitch.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
nice.
We take that. Now I can take 2 hits instead of 1. Let's go.
Yeah. The throbbing in your head begins to dwindle a bit.
And I really, even if I wanted to, no. Just no. I can't do anything else.
Oh, I knew this.
Okay.
You're dead, dude. Oh.
That's the end of my turn.
Alright, that brings us to Rick.
Do you have healing word?
No.
You-
I only got a touchy.
Touchy.
Okay.
I know. The healer didn't do her job, and now everything's fucked.
Oh. Honestly, this is why I'm glad I used all my spell slots. I don't have to think anymore.
Thinking, what's that?
Back to being a fighter. Me smack.
Rawr.
Bandit 29.
Did that hit Vicious Mockery on Bandit 29?
Yes, that is a failure.
That's the one left with a crossbow, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
If a
got it.
doppelganger copied you, he would die of ugly.
That was good.
If you were not Max, I would give you an inspiration for that. 29.
And disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, that spell's so good.
And
He begins to sob softly. My mom thinks I'm handsome. I meant your mom. Your mom thinks I'm handsome.
Oh yeah, really got him there.
Got him.
I guess I'm done.
That brings us to Contagious.
Oh, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm swing at Wizard Boy with Booming Blade again.
Do it.
There's no reason not to use it. Yeah,
That
that's
is a
we'll
hit.
take that. Oh, max damage, baby. Oh,
Very nice. Very, very nice. He looks very, very shocked and angry as your blow meets its mark. Clutching the point of impact, you see that he is beginning to bleed profusely as he glares at you.
For the bonus action, I'm just gonna keep staring him in the eyes and just say, "Run."
Ooh, go ahead and roll intimidation for me.
Aye, order.
You'll rue the day.
Hold on.
You know what? Inspiration.
1 second.
wait.
1 second. Pause.
What?
So, my silvery barbs was on Contagious, so he had to roll with advantage.
If you chose to, yeah.
No, the chosen.
Oh, wait,
creature
my
has
next
advantage
attack.
on the next attack roll.
Okay, so just reroll to see if I get an at, is what you're saying?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
to
go
see
ahead.
if
Okay.
it'll.
Because I have to use it for that next
Yeah,
attack, or
he
it's
has to
wasted
use it, or
anyway.
it's
Mhm,
gone.
you
So
use
I'd
it or you
rather
lose
I'd
it.
rather us try.
Oh,
So close. So
A
close.
19!
mother.
Oh,
So
where's vicious,
close.
brutal critical when you need it? God damn.
You don't have
Right.
you don't have criticals on 19.
No, I do not.
Not yet.
I am going, however, to use my one of my inspirations on that intimidation check.
Okay. You do still have Bardic as well.
Oh, that's. I'm gonna use the inspiration because that is a low enough roll, but I might use the bardic as well. Let's see. Intimidation. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Hate to see it.
You know what? Fuck it. We're burning another inspiration.
Do it.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna. No. Oh, it's a bomb!
I mean,
You
there
have-
are.
You have one more.
I do. No, fuck it. Go all in.
99% of what is it?
Yeah,
There we
and I'm
go.
gonna add. I'm gonna
Gamblers
add.
quit
What is
before
it?
they
D6.
Mm-hmm.
Take that.
With a 19. Okay. Let's go.
99% of gamblers quit before they make it big.
Right. And I mean, there's worse things to blow your inspo on. I had a player who literally, like, we were joking around, but used all of his inspiration to roll for girth, and it just got lower and lower each time.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
Sounds
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
So
That's all I got.
as you say that, you see that glare begin to waver as his mouth opens. A look of shock. The audacity that you have to stare this powerful man down. He will remove himself from your presence. at the beginning of his next turn. That brings us to Bandit 29. Disadvantage attack at Rick. Well, do you want the good news or the bad news first?
It's whatever.
Bad news it hit. Good news it wasn't a nat 20.
Exactly. Yeah, it dropped a
Yeah, I
natural
called
20.
it.
It dropped a natural 20.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The bad news is that the lower of the two with the mod was a 19. But it's still less than a 23.
Hey, you didn't get crit. That's
As you watch this crying man trying to decide whose mother thinks he's handsome, he begins to kind of fumble with the cross bolts. And as he goes to aim, there's a bit of a jerk. But unfortunately for you, it does still hit as you take 6 points of piercing damage. It's your mom.
damn
Your
it.
mom thinks I'm handsome. As he begins to use the back of his hand to wipe tears from his face. Laroc is going to ask if you can smell
Hey,
what's in his
chat, are we
cookie.
cooked?
so.
Go ahead and roll your
Bit of order of operations here.
Uh-huh.
Did he disengage?
No.
Okay, so booming blade goes off because he willingly moved.
Mm-hmm.
So that is
D8.
D8 thunder damage. So he'll take 2 from that,
Okay.
and I get an opportunity attack, correct?
Mm-hmm. You swipe.
I have Warcaster, so I will choose to use booming blade as my attack.
Okay.
What? Contagious isn't a caster? That's crazy.
What?
With a
Ooh, that
20.
dirty Brenda. So slutty. That is a hit.
Something Hank something.
Yeah. And I chose
So that is going to be 12 more damage, and because he is in motion, I get another D8 from the booming blade
Nice.
Damn.
for a total of 17 damage.
contagious.
Yes.
How would you like
Please.
to do this?
Yes. Oh god. So soon as he turns to run, I am just gonna slice straight down from one of his shoulders down his back, and just literally slice as I pivot to go turn to everything else. Pretty much just ignoring him, knowing that the electricity is just going to start eating him alive as he walked away.
His dying words are, "Until we meet again."
I've been waiting for an opportunity attack booming blade for so long.
That
Feels so
was
good.
very, very good. Because he was going to go back to casting. And
Yeah, I didn't want
he's,
that. I did not want
yeah,
that.
Yeah, he's for level 3, he's pretty beefy for you guys. So well done.
Oh. Yeah, that guy took like 50 plus damage from me.
Yeah. And that was just the magic. The 2 melee attacks biffed it. Bandit. No, because he's gone. So Bandit 20.
Ooh.
Once more attacking you. Rick. With a 2. It
Oh.
misses. We are at the top of the round with a win.
God, what do I even do at this point?
Save Jen.
Oh, I think Jen's done so. Sorry about that, bestie. Ivan's
You think so?
gonna.
I mean, it really just comes down to what the death saves were. We don't know. We won't know until we can get over there.
We won't know. It's been a few rounds though, so she.
Yeah, but if she's stabilized, she's just stabilized, sitting
Yeah.
over there. But we don't know.
She's just
We
having
have
a
no
tea
idea.
party. Waiting for you guys to join her.
Yeah. Okay. Get healed.
On target, contagious, real quick.
Oh, that's why it was confusing. Wait. Oh, that's
There
like.
it is.
There you go.
Wow. I didn't know you could target multiple people. That makes sense.
Yes.
Da 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 da. I know where my stuff is. Okay, nice. Are you laughing at us?
Very solid.
Dolly?
Oh, damn.
So get healed, I guess. Wait. Can I? Nope. I don't have any damagey bonus actions that aren't spells, and I already did a spell. So that
Yep.
is it. That's it for me.
Okay. That brings us to Rick with Contagious on deck. Yes.
Yay! A vicious mockery of this guy again. It's the best thing I got. Oh no! Hold on.
Mhm.
Okay, I got a question for you.
I
So
might have
this
an answer.
wand of whatever thing says I can expend additional charges to upcast the spell. Does it? If I cannot cast past a certain level, like, how does that work?
Let me read the verbiage on it. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Well, no, you can upcast.
Because I
it.
got 5 charges right now left on this thing, and I want to know if I can use all 5 of it right now and upcast this.
Oh, don't break it, buddy.
Oh, okay, good call.
I was hoping you weren't
Okay,
going to
four.
say anything.
4 charges.
I'm protective of magical items.
Because it's a magic item, I will allow it.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use magic missiles. 4 charges.
Does that make 6 missiles? Is that how that works?
So that makes, yeah. So 3 from the initial one, and then 3 more charges for an additional thing each time. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm gonna start with Bandit 29. Do I have to choose them, or can I just, if I kill one, you know what? Do I have to say like 5 on 1? But if it doesn't kill him, or if it does kill him, I can change.
You can change.
Do you know?
Unless,
you know what
unless
I'm saying? I'm saying?
So it really depends on if you are just in a fervor, just blasting, you know. But if you are, you know, single shotting to gauge if they're going down or not, and then changing your targets,
Okay.
that's fine.
Perfect. Then
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with this guy. So first one.
Nice.
Second one.
As your second one hits, his eyes go wide and the color begins to drain from his face. My mom still thinks I'm handsome. Oh, as he falls to the ground. No longer a problem.
Okay. Sweet. And then my last 4 will be on this dude.
With that first hit, he begins to yell at you. We are the bedrock of destruction. Your second hit says, you fight against the inevitable. The earth will swallow all in the end. he falls to the ground, and with his dying breath, he says, "No one escapes the Earth's embrace." And he too is no longer a problem. You are officially out of combat.
Rick, without skipping a beat, he doesn't even care about the anyone dead around him. He rushes over to wherever Odie was.
Bodhi was squared directly to your right here.
And he kind of just falls on top of him, crying a bit.
Give me a quick medicine check.
I was gonna say, Awen's right there with you.
As you collapse on top of Bodhi, the adrenaline coursing through your body, it's very weird. I don't know if you have ever been with or next to somebody in the moments of their passing and shortly after, but there's this weird thing that your brain does where it almost tricks you into thinking that they're still breathing, especially if you are in contact with them, almost as if your own breaths are trying to surge into their body. And that's kind of what's taking place in this moment. But you feel that the warmth of his body is fading. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Hold on 1 second.
oh God.
Oh, a 9. Oh, okay. As the coolness of Bodhi's body begins to resonate in your mind, the reasoning for that, the significance of that, your breath catches in your throat, and your eyes fall to Bodhi's chest, almost internally pleading to see any kind of movement, any rising and falling. The world begins to blur around you, and your chest tightens. I swear I can speak. Almost as if the air itself is being sucked from your lungs and from the room around you. You are bulldozed by a flood of memories that crash over you, sharp and jagged like broken glass. Your heart begins to pound in a frantic rhythm, beating against your ribs like a trapped bird trying to break free from its cage. Your vision swims with images of your home, the intruders, if you will, breaking down doors, barging into homes, seeing those homes begin to fill with smoke as flames lick up through the broken windows, ultimately engulfing, after a while, people being pulled into the streets. The memory of running with Lyra, feeling her hand clutched in yours, the sweat causing her hand to slide from yours. Your knees buckling as you remember her screams as she's lost in a sea of bodies that swarm around her. These memories of your loved ones being beaten, their throats slit in front of you, being dragged away, lost in the flames and smokes. Her face pale. These memories clawing you. You hear Lyra's voice, and it begins to blend slightly with Bodhi's as a lump catches in your throat, making it impossible for you to breathe for a moment. You couldn't save me, Rick. The smoke begins to fade. The flames die down. The screams dissipate into a deafening silence. Lyra's eyes wide, full of fear, as she's thrashing to break away, her hand outreached for you, her mouth screaming silent pleas for help, fade. And you find yourself looking at the lifeless body of Bodhi.
We finish up here. Look around. We take him back. We could go with the matriarchs. Have met them. I don't know what they're capable of. Or we could try the All Faiths Shrine. We wrap this up and we take him somewhere. Would, and this is a CJ question, just being around I almost called it a commune, the troop, for the period of time that she was, would Awen have any idea if, like, that's something that the matriarchs were even capable of, or, like, so I know, like, they helped Bodhi, but I didn't know.
Yeah, I think that first meeting, the other person, or depending on how long Awen stayed with Bodhi while he was unconscious when they met, I think Awen would know that Jackie, one of the three matriarchs, is a healer. Sort.
Okay. Do you think she would know whether or not?
How powerful?
No.
Up to DM.
DM.
Give me a
What do we say they were
history
to be?
check.
A few months? Okay, history check.
Mhm.
Alright. Let's check this history. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Solid.
nice.
Very good roll.
You said it was Jackie?
You have
Yeah.
guidance too.
I don't need to use them.
Use it anyways. Always use it.
So during your time of traveling with them, there were not any events or there was nothing that took place that you would have seen whether or not Jackie had the capability of resurrecting somebody. You do recall a conversation between the three of them,
Oh, here goes.
where resurrection was discussed. Now, what I am going to say after this is going to be contingent on a couple of things.
Okay.
If this conversation was taking place and you were not a part of it, it was something that you overheard in passing, would you have stopped and eavesdropped and listened?
Awen wouldn't have eavesdropped if it was like incidental overhearing, oh, they were in the same room. I don't think Awen would stop herself from, like, she wouldn't like block it out, but she wouldn't intentionally eavesdrop.
Okay. Then with that being the case, I didn't think so, but I wanted to kind of gauge that for you. You do not recall the specifics of it. You do not recall if this was a conversation or story about a time that Jackie herself had rezzed somebody, or if it was something that they had witnessed somebody else do, or if it's something that, you know, they had just heard about. But what you would know with your 22 is that even if Jackie is not capable of resurrecting somebody, they have connections to people that would.
All right.
What is your intelligence score? 16.
That-
Okay. Let me.
So smart.
Let me check some stuff real quick. Okay. Between your intelligence and your religion and medicine, not just prowess, but roles that you've done since realizing Bodhi has passed, you know that a resurrection would be needed, depending on the time frame. Resurrection would be your safest bet, especially if you were having to travel outside of town. You know that spells that bring people back all have an expiration on them, a time frame. So, depending on how far you have to go, increases the level of power needed to successfully bring Bodhi back and save them.
And Bodhi had told the old guy guarding the door, he had said something like the outskirts, outside of town, forest,
Southwestern edge.
western edge of town.
If I remember from the town map, there was a clearing with like a little lake to the southeast of the map. Looking at it, so
At the edge of town?
yeah,
Okay.
because there was a little clearing with a lake, kind of, or a pond or something. I'm remembering correctly. It's a little bit months ago.
Alright.
You're talking about right. I'm going to move this. Right over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah, and that would have been the last place that you would have seen your troop. Whether or not they are still there is unknown.
And the All Faiths shrine was like somewhere.
Right here on this map, I'll ping it.
Okay.
contagious.
I would feel better.
Go ahead.
I would feel better taking him to see the matriarchs who he traveled with. They might be able to help or know someone who could help, but it's on the other edge of town. Or that's what Bodhi told the man. We don't have a whole lot of time. It'd be a gamble. I don't know if the shrine would have anyone that could help either, but the matriarchs would be willing to help. They've helped him before. They've helped me. We do.
Real quick, while this is happening, I'm just checking on the body that they left behind.
Which body? Oh.
Yeah.
You see that this lifeless body is that of Chen.
Is there any kind of like sheets or anything I can cover with?
Go ahead and give me a quick investigation. As you begin to scan the room and the immediate surrounding area, you see that back over here behind the lantern, the lamp that is lit, there's not really a sheet so much as not large, but a piece of cloth, almost like a tablecloth size rather than a bed sheet size, kind of crumpled on the floor.
Huh, weird. I can only see the map from Rick's perspective. Hold on.
Really?
Otherwise-
Click on your
Not-
token.
Click on your token, yeah.
Yeah, I am. It just
The
keeps
world-
lighting up. Like it goes when I click on my token, it's either everything's unlit or it's lit from Rick's perspective.
Oh, you know what? Because you don't have dark vision, do you? Let me put lights in here real quick.
Neither do I.
Because there were
but I can see.
lanterns. Hold on. Lights.
Someone pop a marble.
All right, that
Oh, hey,
should.
look at
Okay. Did that fix it for you?
Yeah, now I can see
Okay,
a
cool.
little better.
Okay.
What?
Oh, Bodhi got the marbles, by the way.
Sorry, it's not funny, but.
The corpse.
Yeah. Rick would kind of like. There's a word for it, like in honor of Bodhi sacrifice and helping us, he would try to not selfishly, but in honor of Bodhi, kind of like in remembrance of him, kind of take all the rest of the gunpowder pouches.
Looting our dead friend.
Yeah.
I like it.
with Bodhi's.
With all due respect,
With
giving.
all due respect,
You're not using it.
You're dead.
You don't
If
need
it
this.
makes you feel any better, we're gonna do the same thing to Sepsis.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I love that you guys also gave him a knife, and we're like, "You got this."
How
I
many,
felt
how
bad,
many pouches do
okay?
you have left? Like 40 something?
Yeah.
Pretty at the start.
You had 40 at start?
It was 40 to start with, and then we threw a bunch.
I threw 2,
You took,
and you threw 1,
You took 8,
and I
right?
took 8.
Yeah.
I threw 2. You threw 1. So, what, an additional, like, 30? 30. So I'll say these.
Alright, so you have gunpowder, 30 small pouches.
Hey, DM,
Yes.
take our break because I gotta go potty.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go.
Absolutely. We'll take our break, and when we come back, we'll do the looting and all of that good stuff.
chat, please.
Me realizing Odie's down. I forget what it was, but Rick only had so many hit points left. Contagious, I had just killed, but also was taking hits. No, there is an evil side of me, deep down, that's like, dude, this is gonna be such good motivation for Awen. Because, like, in all honesty, until this point, like, me, like, trying to figure out, okay, where is this character going? She's feeling in and out of her head, and, like, Awen's instinct would be to run away. She would stop following this trail. And so I'm like, okay, where do I want to take this? Because obviously, that's not that would work to play a game, you know? So I'm like, what do I want to do with this? This is perfect.
Oh, that's sad. My character's gonna do so much with this.
Like a baby. You can hold him upside down. You can make him eat his tail. Like, okay, Grandpa.
I also love that moment in D&D where you love your character.
Funny, haha.
Yes. Okay. So, picking up, Contagious, you have gotten the cloth. My nose itches so bad. Awen is with Bodhi's body. Oh no, you've come over. Rick is with Bodhi's body.
Yeah. I think knowing that they're on a time crunch, Awen will, do a really quick investigation, pick up any of the glaring things, but, trying to hurry it along because their time is precious right now.
Rick is also gonna. He could care less about the bandits. He's going straight for Larak and seeing if there's any sort of like arcane focus or something big that he was using to cast those powerful spells and take out, Odie.
I was gonna say Awen is less people and more of like the environment and what this room is for and what's left in it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a investigation.
You did for a second, which is why I got worried, but you're fine now.
Yeah.
Okay, give me just a second to cancel that and then make sure the refund for CJ went through. Yeah, CJ paid. I was like, I'm sending it back. Like you didn't play. Like, I can't
Pay to
take your
die.
money. Yeah. Like if they played more, I would have been like, okay, I can do that. But I'm like, you literally rolled twice.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, my friend.
That's nice of you though to
Yeah.
refund it.
Yeah, that I don't. That's not. I mean, that to me is just like shady. Like, I know if I was a player and was in their shoes and still had to pay like at all, let alone like the full thing, I'd be kind of salty, you know.
Gosh.
Any of you guys watch Futurama?
I haven't for a
Mm,
very long
no.
time.
I was like, it just reminds me of like Bender walking into like the suicide booth and paying for it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like the first episode.
Oh my god. That show's so good.
It's one of my favorites.
So good. Alright, I'm trying to relaunch right now.
So I may have to make a roll for this, but I'm attempting to not use my player knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and see what Contagious would know. Having been with a bunch of groups who probably had clerics,
Mm-hmm.
is there any chance that he would know from experience the restrictions on like the lower levels of resurrection?
I'll have you do a roll when we come back, and you can either
Mhm.
do history or arcana.
Got
And
it.
clearly, since you're not a caster, we're gonna go with history, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
obviously, you don't know a
Clearly.
thing about magic.
Nothing.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
I
I have
gonna
a
say?
-2 to intelligence, or -1 to intelligence. Why would I be a caster, guys?
What?
Didn't say I was
I-
good at it.
I am proficient at history, though, so we're definitely going to go that route.
Okay, cool.
No, because I'm sitting here as a player, and I'm like, I have every resurrection spell in this game memorized, and I know their costs and limitations, but
Oh
I
my
don't want to put
goodness.
that out there because, like,
Yeah, but
That's-
I
I don't know
appreciate you
that
not
shit.
metaing, not doing the meta
Mhm.
right. I appreciate that.
there's a lot of that kind of stuff. It's one of them for like, I'm glad I know a lot about the game, but then when you go to play the character, you're like, he doesn't know any of this. shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would he?
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard to like
It is.
walk
it
that
off.
line. Yeah.
I try. There's so many times where I'm just like, not trying to metagame.
Yeah, yeah. And I've been really lucky to have players who, whether they're knowledgeable or not, like, are really good about asking, would I know? Or, you know, being on
Yep.
top of,
Yeah.
of differentiating player and character knowledge.
Someday I'll play a smart character who would know these things that I know.
Why?
But
Why?
it's so much more fun to play people who don't know anything.
Yeah.
Order
Way
of the
more
Scribed
fun.
Wizard.
Oh my god. I know all. Alright, it should be up in just a minute. I don't
Yeah,
know why.
I'd
it's
be
taking
great at playing a wizard. I know so many of the spells off the top of my head. I have no interest in ever playing a wizard.
I'm
It's
not big
not
on
interesting at all.
casters.
Like even this, like, I'm not a caster, but if I was, it's a very small part of the kit. I'm
Yeah.
mostly a beat 'em up person.
Yeah, and it's just so much more fun. And when I do play casters, they're usually half casters. Usually either bard or
Yeah.
druid. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
playing a cleric. I was playing a Twilight cleric named Patrick Robertson in a campaign, and that class, that domain is really awesome. Getting 300 feet of dark vision, and you can share it with your party members for an hour. My DM hated it. It was great.
Sorry, nothing beats a death domain cleric. Those things are freaking stacked.
Them,
They have
well,
way
even
too
the
many
grave
tools.
domain. Grave domain is pretty sick too.
Grave
That's the one I meant. Grave domain. That's the one I
Yeah.
was thinking of. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have so many tools. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they're the ones. If I remember right, if you heal someone who's unconscious, like doing death
Max
saves,
healing.
Yeah,
You
it
get
just
max
automatic
heal.
full health.
yeah,
Yeah.
they can cancel crits within 30 feet of themselves. Oh my
Yeah,
god, they're just insane.
they are.
But yeah, that's why I've always preferred, if I'm doing it at all, I'd rather be a half caster. I want to be limited.
Yeah. And I like being limited to, and I mean, I know that all casters are limited to an extent because they have slots or you know, sorcery points and different
Mhm.
limitations and stuff. But I feel like when you're more limited, you really
You're more
have to be more
creative.
resource. Yeah, you have to be way more resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Fantasy Grounds, what the actual fuck?
Because like high level wizards is just like endless. You have
Yeah.
a spell for every situation. You can cast spells for days.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, what can't this dude do
Yeah. Alright, Fantasy Grounds is back up.
other than get 100 HP? Because wizards be squishy.
Squishy.
Make sure that it didn't unload anything again.
Oh, that would suck.
I'd be so pissed. Okay, everything is good. Cool. I just gotta reopen all my fucking windows now. No biggie, no biggie.
So are we good to join?
Yes. I don't know why it's being so laggy right now. Oh my god. I blame the unplugging of the power bar earlier.
It's always a cat's fault.
100%. And that combat was only 6 rounds, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So much
Yeah.
happened.
Ooh, I took a lot of damage. God damn.
Rick, maybe. The dice will ultimately decide everything.
Oh.
Alright, waiting for Fantasy Grounds. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know why it's being such a freaking turd right now.
So like, above the table,
Mhm.
we're totally leveling up after this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed
I-
it. We already
Yeah, I
okay.
I already asked that.
Like, 'cause we kind of like skipped ahead, and we quote unquote won.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
good.
most
Things
of
get
us.
real. Things get real fun next level.
Yes.
I will say, as much as I'm like, oh yeah, I want to limit myself as a sorcerer, I'm also, every time I don't take another level sorcerer, which I'm not next level, I'm just like, god damn, I